My name is Caroline Lee. I'm a Diamond Wellness Advocate. I'm really excited to have you join me in my kitchen as we explore essential oils and cooking. Now, when I first got started with essential oils, all I could do was think of if I have this, then I could use this. And I never really thought about cooking with essential oils. But with doTERRA's, as we're going to explain in the class, with its quality, we can have some of the benefits with our cooking and add flavoring and such like that to our food. And so the very first time that I had that experience was I ran out of a spice. I was making spaghetti and I didn't have any oregano. And so I grabbed my oregano essential oil and I added that to my dish, and it was amazing. It was just added a really pop of flavor, and I had it already, so that was very convenient. So that's when it really opened my eyes to using essential oils in my cooking. And we're going to talk about today maybe some of the safety factors, the best way to do it, when to add it to your dish. We're going to talk about resources, what kind of books, what recipes that are available to you when you decide you want to use it with your cooking. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, the way this is going to work is I have a PowerPoint presentation because we got to talk about education. And I'm a visual person, and so I'm going to pop some stuff because it's an online class. You're going to see a PowerPoint, and it will help you be able to better follow what I'm going to be talking about. And then at a certain point, I'm going to actually make some dishes with you and show you how quick and easy and very simple it is to add essential oils into your cooking habits. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and open up and just share the screen. All right, so we're going to talk about cooking with essential oils today, and there are so many diverse ways for using essential oils. We can use them to promote relaxation, natural repelling insects. We can use essential oils to beautify the skin and the hair, and they can contribute to a relaxing massage. In addition to all of these uses, cooking with essential oils is one of the best ways to experience the benefits that essential oils have to offer. Now today we're going to talk a little bit about how to safely cook with essential oils to enhance your food and your drinks with very unique flavors. Now, whether you're an essential oil beginner or you don't consider yourself an experienced chef, you will find that cooking with essential oils is extremely easy and convenient, and everybody can do it. My first experience, like I said, was with the spaghetti, and now I've had multiple opportunities since then to use essential oils in my recipes, and I try to do it as much as I can. Now let's see if I can move the slide. Doesn't want to move. There we go. All right, you might be wondering, what are the benefits of cooking with essential oils? Now, there are many reasons why you might cook with oils: to add flavor to your food, to experience any internal benefits of an oil, to use natural ingredients in your cooking, or for your convenience, like my spaghetti. Now, you can use it for adding flavor. Now, the potent nature of essential oils make them perfect for adding flavor to your favorite foods and beverages. Unlike other ingredients, only a tiny amount of essential oils are added to it, and just to give a little bit of flavor. So you don't have to use a whole lot, just a little bit goes away and can give a powerful punch to your recipe. Now, with citrus, herb, mint, floral, and spice oils, there are endless options for adding the unique twist of flavors to your food. Okay, so some internal benefits is one of the popular ways to use essential oils. And so by adding oils to your food and your drinks, you're not only providing more flavor, but you can simultaneously enjoy the internal benefits of a particular oil. Now, depending on which oil you use, you can reap internal benefits like supporting the body systems, antioxidant support, digestive support, internal cleansing, and many more. Using essential oils when cooking provides a unique way to experience the benefits of essential oils. Now, essential oils can easily be used as a substitute for dry herbs, citrus zests, and seasonings during the cooking process. The great thing about essential oil is, as a flavoring agent, is that you can rest easy knowing that you're putting safe, natural ingredients into your food. Because essential oils come from natural sources, they provide a safe way to add potent and unique flavors to any dish. It's important to note that not all essential oils are created equal, and doTERRA's essential oils are carefully harvested, and they go through a rigorous testing process to make sure that the oil does not contain any contaminants or harmful substances. Now, this is really important for me, and this is actually one of the reasons why I chose doTERRA. Being new to the essential oil market 7 years ago, I didn't know anything about it. And so as I studied that, really not all essential oil companies use the same high standards for producing essential oils. And so their oils may not be pure even though they indicate it on the bottle. So it's really important to make sure you know where your oils are coming from and what's really in the bottle. Now, when cooking with essential oils, I suggest using therapeutic grade oils like those from doTERRA that have been thoroughly tested for safety. And I particularly like the doTERRA certified pure therapeutic grade because of all the additional tests that they do. And we'll explain a little bit about how you'll know which oils you can use and what you can't. Now, however you've been thinking tonight, you make dinner. I know I'd mentioned about my spaghetti fiasco where all of a sudden I was out of oregano, but sometimes you could be through your recipe and realize that maybe you don't have lemon on there, or maybe you forgot to pick up some more cumin, or you preferred fresh ingredients and it's not in season. This is actually where essential oils can come in handy. Now, whether you're running low on ingredients or you're worrying about fresh ingredients going bad in the fridge, you can't get your hands on seasonal ingredients, essential oils can provide a solution without sacrificing any of the flavor. Now, as mentioned, it does not take very much of an essential oil to add potent flavors to your dish, which makes essential oils very cost-effective in the long run. Essential oils will typically last longer than dry ingredients because you use less, and they last much longer than fresh ingredients because obviously their shelf life is a lot longer. So now that we've talked a little bit about the benefits of using essential oils in your cooking, some of you might still be wondering, is putting essential oils in my food really safe? I know I've got a few of you out there. If you are new to essential oils, the idea of consuming them internally or putting them in your food might seem a little strange. However, internal uses is in fact safe and effective. While you might be new, let's talk about the historical use of them. They have been used for centuries to promote wellness and provide the body with many benefits. For years, people have safely and successfully used essential oils and reaped the benefits they have to offer. Some people view essential oils as a new trend that will eventually pass. But really the truth is that essential oils and plant extracts have always been practiced for many years. Now, essential oils are already a part of our diet, and many of you guys may not even know it. Essential oils are taken from plants, their seeds, their fruits, the roots, and other natural sources, and many of which are already a part of your diet in some form or another. Because essential oils already appear in small amounts within our diet, our bodies are equipped to process them. Now, keep in mind, our bodies can only handle essential oils in proper amounts. We'll talk a little bit about that later on. But let's talk about staying in the safety use of range. Usually that's 1 to 2 drops. Now, high quality, well-tested essential oils are safe to consume. Now, as previously stated, not all essential oils are created equal. doTERRA's essential oils are safe to use in cooking because they have been carefully monitored at every step of the production process and thoroughly tested for any possible contaminants or harmful substances. Because not all essential oil companies use this kind of high quality assurance system, you must remember that it's wise to use only high quality, well-tested essential oils when cooking. And again, I recommend doTERRA's. Now, not all essential oils are safe to consume, and that's usually because of their chemical design. Some of them are specifically used for topical or aromatic use only, and it's very important to know the difference. Now, even though these are high quality essential oils, the following essential oils should never be used for internal use or for cooking due to their chemical makeup. So arbor vitae, cedarwood, cypress, Douglas fir, eucalyptus, spikenard, white fir, and wintergreen. Now, adding essential oils to your recipe is the perfect way to add more flavor to your dish or to put a unique twist on an old favorite. How you use an essential oil in your cooking will depend on your own personal flavor preferences, what kind of foods you're making, and which essential oil you are using. And that's really where the fun part comes with cooking with the essential oils. Now, it's extremely easy to use essential oils to transform any dessert, entree, meat, or beverage into something really special. Let's talk about a few of the best practices with cooking with essential oils, like how to use essential oils when cooking with heat, what kind of cookware to use, and how to determine how much of an essential oil to add to your recipe. Because of their chemical makeup, essential oils will evaporate when exposed to heat. Many worry that adding essential oils to a recipe that will be exposed to heat will lessen the flavor or the efficiency of the oil. The less heat an essential oil is exposed to, the more flavor it will retain. So it's best to add the oil at the end of cooking if possible. Now, with many recipes, it isn't possible to add the essential oil at the end. If you need to add the essential oil before you steam, simmer, boil, or bake the food, just add a larger amount. While some of the oil's flavor will be steamed or baked out, adding a larger amount will ensure a portion of the flavor remains. If you are adding the oil at the end of the cooking process, a much smaller amount is needed. Because essential oils are so potent and powerful, it is best to avoid using plastic cookware when cooking with oils. When you are adding essential oils to your dish, it is best to use glass, ceramic, or stainless steel to protect your cookware from being damaged. Perhaps the trickiest part of cooking with essential oils is knowing how much to add to your particular recipe. While there are many options out there about measurements, the amount of oil you use will depend on what kind of food you're making, which oil you're using, some are stronger than others, and how many servings you plan to make, and other things like your taste preferences. Because there are so many variables, cooking with essential oils takes a lot of experimentation and trial and error. The amount of oil you add to your food will vary from recipe to recipe, especially when you consider your own flavoring preferences. And I see that a lot, like I make some lemon bars and a lemon bundt cake that I absolutely love. And I've actually had to play with how much lemon oil I add to those recipes. Because I actually like a lot more of the zest, the flavor. And so I usually add a lot more into that. So you'll decide what is best for you. Now, to help you get a general idea of how to determine the amount of oil you should use in your recipe, I'll go over a few guidelines that will help you get used to cooking with essential oils. The first method we're going to talk about is the toothpick method. Now, I've used this when I've added like wild orange or peppermint to my hot chocolate. Oftentimes I'll just stick the toothpick right through the orifice and I will stir it up into my drink. Now this will actually help it so there's only a tiny amount of the oil in your food or beverages. So in some cases, adding even a single drop of an oil could be too overpowering and can ruin your dish. Because of the potency and the power of oils, sometimes it's best to add flavor to your recipe by this toothpick method that I mentioned. This method consists of dipping the tip of the toothpick into the oil bottle. And again, I apologize. I'm reading this because I don't want to miss anything. We're going to add it by swirling it in your food to add the flavoring. This allows you to add the smallest amount possible, and then you can usually taste it to see if it tastes all right, so that you don't add too many oil drops in the dish. So it's definitely a good way to do it. Another one I've seen where people actually will put a spoon and they'll put the drop in on the spoon and then stir it up. So then you don't have 2 or 3 drops in there. But it does give you a little, some options of, you know, kind of experimenting what is too little or too much. So you don't have to throw the dish out. Oh, I'm going to go back really quickly. We want to talk about potent oils. So I mentioned that some are stronger than others. It's important to know which ones are approved for internal use and to use them with caution. So always use the toothpick method when cooking with cassia, clove, cinnamon, cumin, oregano, or thyme. Now, if you're adding these oils to beverages, be sure that at least you have 4 ounces of liquid so that the oil is properly diluted. And I normally have a lot more liquid than that, but it is a good rule of thumb. So just make sure that you use the toothpick method specifically for these more potent oils that are doing this. Now, how do I know how much of an essential oil to add? So there's lots of variables we mentioned, but as you practice cooking, you're going to figure that out a little bit more. Let me see. I'm looking at my notes here. I suggest, that's right, starting with a toothpick method and taste testing it until you have the right amount of flavor that you want. Once you've added a little bit more and you practice a little bit, you'll get a better idea. And a lot of my recipe books, I'll actually make notation on how many I liked. That way I can remember for future times. So let's see. Because to just remember, really important to remember, once you've added an essential oil to your food, your drink, you cannot take it back. Okay, so always be careful when adding oils to your food. Use the toothpick method, or like I said, grab a spoon and do 1 drop and then stir it in that way. Sometimes that's easier. All right, when you're first getting started with essential oils and cooking, it can be overwhelming to determine which oils to add to your recipes because there really are many different types of oils and an endless amount of flavor combinations. So let's go over a few different categories of essential oils and how to use them in your cooking. So citrus is a large one. These are the list of the common essential oils like bergamot, grapefruit, lime, lemon, tangerine, wild orange. And I use a lot of the lime, the lemon, and the wild orange in my cooking. I have used a little bit of tangerine as well. We like to drink the grapefruit, but I haven't really cooked a lot with the bergamot one. But it's like a bitter orange is what that one is. So citrus oils tend to provide a bright, sweet, tangy, and refreshing flavor to foods and drinks. And these make a lovely addition to beverages. And whether you need an extra boost of flavor in your water or you want to change up your smoothie or a tea or a favorite drink, because of their fresh, tangy flavor, citrus oils are perfect for yogurts, dips, or salsa. So I love adding lime and cilantro actually to salsas. My yogurts, I've done tangerine, I've done wild orange to yogurt dips. Makes it really, really yummy. Citrus oils can also be used in replacement of the zest within a recipe, like lime zest, lemon zest, or an orange zest. Now, we also have spices that we're familiar with. So if you're going to use essential oils to add some spice to it, you can use essential oils like black pepper, cassia, cinnamon, coriander, ginger, and fennel. And these oils tend to provide an herbal, fresh, warm, and sharp flavor to whatever you're cooking. These oils work best both sweet and savory dishes, and they're really popular for flavoring meats and vegetables. I've actually made, at Easter time, we actually cook a lamb, and I have actually used some of these spices, especially black pepper. I've used that in my flavorings for my meats as well. Now, herbs, most of us are familiar with a lot of herbs, and we cook with a lot of herbs. So we have essential oils like basil, cilantro, marjoram, oregano, rosemary, and thyme. And those are some of the more popular ones that you can use. And they're really great for your favorite Italian dish, your meats, your breads, pastas, soups. And you can easily substitute the oil for the dry or fresh herbs. And again, I mentioned that I did that with my spaghetti, replaced it with the oregano oil that one time. Yeah. And now there's also floral oils. They're used less frequently. I'm not a big fan of them because I think I'm eating a flower, but there's a lot of people that like lavender cookies. So lavender and geranium are usually the more popular floral essential oils that you can use for cooking. You can use it for teas, baked goods like cakes and cookies and scones. So, but I haven't used it a whole lot in my florals. That's just not me, but maybe you will like the florals. Now the mints, I have used some of the mints. The mints are cool. They add a minty, fresh flavor, and you can use them for a number of food and beverages. Mints go well with kinds of meat, like my lamb. Brighten up the salads, teas, and other beverages. So I've done like peppermint or with my hot chocolate. Mint's also really popular for desserts. You can usually easily add it to a batch of mint to get mint brownies, or mint cookies, or mint flavored trim shakes, those type of things. So again, the most common mints are peppermint and spearmint on that. All right, now let's get to the fun part, right? Now you have a better idea of what kind of oils go best with certain foods and drinks. I'm going to give you a few recipes that you can get started using essential oils for cooking. And these recipes are pretty simple. A lot of it are common ingredients that you'll find in pretty much everybody's home. And it will help you add flavor to your favorite foods. All right, so this is the first one. We're not going to make it while we're here because I had to pick and choose which one it is. But just so you know, it's extremely easy to add essential oils to your beverages when you want a little extra flavor. And again, remember your containers, you're not going to want to put them in plastic. You're going to want to do it in glass or ceramic. If you're trying to stay away from soda, or if you crave sugary drinks, adding essential oils to your water is a perfect way to get the flavor you want without the sugar. Essential oils also make great additions to teas. So bergamot, cinnamon, fennel, lemon, let me see, peppermint, Roma chamomile are some of the best essential oils you can add to teas. When you want a powerful natural flavor for your tea, essential oils can provide a quick way to get the flavor you want. And I've done that with like the On Guard blend. I'll put like a tablespoon of honey, and then I'll put a drop of the On Guard in some hot water and just drink that there. Now, in addition to water and tea, essential oils can be added to virtually any other beverage. And they can be easily added to smoothies, hot cocoa, lemonades, slushies. The list can go on and on. So here I've given you guys a simple recipe for a ginger pear green smoothie that uses ginger essential oil to provide an invigorating flavor. So this one definitely is a great option. I know we do a lot of smoothies in our home. We love the trim shakes, and we love different combinations with that as well. All right, so now we're going to talk a little bit about marinades and meats, vegetables, and other items. They're really easy because I love being able to throw everything in, let the meat sit for a little while, and then it adds that flavor to it. So essential oils can be used in place of some of the dry seasonings. And again, remember, only a few drops of essential oil can easily be replaced for the herbs. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to take off the screen share, and I'm actually going to show you how you can make honey lime chicken. So let me stop my share really quick here so you can see me again. Hello, everybody. All right, so as you can see over here on my shelf, I have all my essential oils out because we use them a lot, and they make it very easy, accessible to grab them and go. So I have my handy dandy recipe. I will post this recipe because I haven't done that yet for you in the event group so that you can get it. But it's called the honey lime marinade and you're going to use chicken with it. So for me, you can do it in a bowl, but I like to do a lot of my marinades in bags just because it's easier to mix it all up, and then I can even put it in the freezer if I needed to. So we're going to start out with 1/4 cup of olive oil. So I got my Georgia Olive Farms olive oil, and I'm going to just go ahead and pour in my olive oil. And you guys can't really see me, huh? Let me see if I can lower my camera down here so you can see what I'm doing here. All right, so I have my 1/4 cup of olive oil. I'm gonna actually just throw that in my bag. I'm gonna do the bag method here. Okay, and then we are gonna add 1/4 cup of lime juice as well. So I'm gonna make sure we get plenty of lime juice. All right. Add that in to our mix. All right, so now we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of honey. So I actually got some raw and unfiltered Georgia honey. We're in Georgia now. There's lots of benefits of having local honey to help the body out with little seasonal stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 tablespoons. So here's my very first tablespoon of honey. Now this is really good. You can add your chicken when you're done, and you can make a kebab and do it over the barbecue with some fresh vegetables, that kind of thing. All right, so we're gonna add that other tablespoon of honey. Next, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. So I'm gonna just go ahead and move that over here. Looks like I still have a little bit of oil still left in my thing. All right, so now we're gonna move on to my kosher salt. Bring that in. Find my 1 tablespoon, which is yellow. And I'm not gonna do this. All right, we're gonna do this over the bag like this. Maybe, I don't know. This is kind of a weird container here. I can't get my thing right there. All right. All right, there we go. So 1 teaspoon, not a tablespoon, otherwise it'd be super salty. We want this kind of be sweet, right? All right, now we're gonna do 2 drops of black pepper essential oil. So I have my essential oil right here. I'm gonna put that inside my thing. And I'm okay if I get an extra drop in my thing, but 1, 2, look, there we go. All right, black pepper. And then we have 1/2 a teaspoon of, that's the purple one, of cayenne pepper. And I'm not, my family doesn't really care for spicy stuff. So I'm just gonna put a little bit in there just to add a little bit of flavor. But the recipe does call for 1/2 a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And then the last thing is the lime oil, because we did call it honey lime marinade. And it says 2 to 6 drops. I am a huge fan. I'm gonna lift this up here so you guys can actually see my face. I really love lime, and so I feel like I need, it's like not as strong as I need to. So I'm a 6 drop person. So I'm gonna add 6 drops into my bag right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And oh, that smells so good. All right, so I'm gonna add this. I'm gonna shake it all up. If I did this in a bowl, I'd use a wire whisk to mix it up. But as I have it in the bag, I'm gonna put chicken in after you guys leave inside the bag and mix it all up, and then let it sit in there and marinate. You usually wanna marinate it for up to 30 minutes beforehand. I like to really lock in the flavors, so I let it marinate for quite some time. I might even do this the day before so that the flavor really gets into the food. and tastes really good. Now there is a glaze option, so if you want to have a glaze on top of it and have more of a sticky consistency on top of it, you can do combine 1 tablespoon of the lime juice with 2 or 3, I didn't say what measurement that is. If it's 3 or 4, 2 or 3, I'm gonna say teaspoons of honey, and then 1 drop of lime oil. And then you can just brush that on your chicken right before the last 5 minutes of cooking. So that gives you some idea on that. And so here is my marinade for my honey lime chicken, and I will put my chicken in here after we're done with this because I'm chatting and I don't want to have to put it up in front of you. So anyways, all right, so that is that. I'm gonna go back really quickly to my slideshow so that you guys can see the next thing that we're gonna do. All right, so we just did the marinade. So here are, like I said, some common oils that you'd use for marinades. We're gonna move on to, let's see, maybe move on. There we go. Into your baked goods. Now, it's really super easy to add essential oils to your favorite cakes, cookies, brownies, scones, your breads, cupcake recipes, and it really does provide a fun way to like switch up tried and true recipes with some extra flavor. Now, we talked about a fun way of adding peppermint or wild orange to your brownie mix. Now, remember when you add essential oil to batter or dough, much of the flavor will be cooked out when the mixture is exposed to heat. I will tell you, peppermint is pretty strong, but more of the citrus, I would say, kind of loses its flavor. So don't worry much about the peppermint, but the citrus, you might want to add a little extra oil when you're doing that if you have to heat it up. But I personally, I like to add it to a lot of frostings. So my lemon bundt cake that I make, it does have lemon in the cake, but a lot of the lemon flavor is in the frosting that I add on there. So as you can see, this is a recipe for a cinnamon apple cake. Really common ingredients on here. I think most people have this. You can decide if you want to have the walnuts in there or not, but it is pretty yummy to eat as well. All right, so now we're going to talk about have you thought about your soup recipes? Could they use a facelift? Maybe you have a salsa recipe that you love that maybe needs an extra kick. It's really easy to add essential oils to soups, to salsas, to sauces for pastas and meats, for dips like hummus and chip dip. It's super simple. So we're gonna make, today, we're actually gonna make a recipe for Italian oregano bread dip that makes the perfect appetizer to any Italian dish. So here's the recipe right on the screen, and I am going to make it right in front of you to show you how easy it is to make it. Let me rinse out something really quick now that I used this cup already. All right, so I'm gonna stop my screen share really quickly. Let me make sure I have the recipe. Yes, I have it in front of me. So I'm gonna make this right in front of you because, you know, it is a cooking class and normally you do it live with individuals, and so I'm trying to make this a little bit interactive right here. All right, so the Italian bread dip, you're gonna put a 1/4 cup of, we're gonna do, 1/4 cup of olive oil in there. So I'm gonna move my camera down again so you guys can see my food. Right there, all right. All right, so there is my olive oil. Again, I'm using my Georgia Farm olive oil here locally. Put it in my little container here. Next, you're gonna take 1 to 3 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. And just, I would tell you to do it to your, your taste preferences. If I can get this to open here. This is a new container here. Just love it on the spot. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go get some scissors. Doesn't want to come off. Oh my goodness. Thought I had everything prepared, guys. Oh my, I'm gonna pause this for just a second, guys. All right, now we're back because I finally got it done, right? All right. So this is balsamic vinegar. And so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just do, these are tablespoons. I think I'm gonna do, it says 1 to 3. I'm just gonna do 1, okay? In my particular one, because I'm not a vinegar fan here. All right. And then 1/4 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. So I have my Italian seasoning here. I'm gonna grab my 1/4 little red spoon here. I'm gonna add that, okay. And then I'm gonna do 1 tablespoon of Parmesan cheese. And you can get fresh Parmesan. I got this stuff right here, so that's just what I'm gonna do. So 1 tablespoon of Parmesan cheese. All right, so we got a tablespoon there, Parmesan cheese, and then 1 to 3 drops of oregano. And for me, oregano is really strong, so I am going to use the toothpick method. So I have my nice little toothpicks right here. Give me a toothpick so I can show you how to do the toothpick method so that you can see. So you'll see the orifice is right there. So toothpick method, I usually get my toothpick right in there. And I got it on there. You can't really tell, but there is oregano on there. And I'm gonna just swirl it in there. To make the taste that I need. All right, perfect. Now I'm gonna go grab a spoon because I do want to stir it a little bit better. And like I said, this is a really good Italian bread dip. And I do have my Italian bread here that I'm gonna snack on with my dinner or with my lunch because I'm actually making this video earlier. So this is just a nice little herbal bread dip right there. See? You don't have to go to a fancy restaurant to get it. It's gonna be right here. All right, so we're gonna move this back up, you guys. And let's see, stop my screen share. Or I'm gonna start my screen share. All right, I'm gonna share this back. All right, so again, that's the recipe for it. So that you've got that down. All right, so doTERRA loves to make, anytime I've been at a doTERRA event, they really love to make salad dressings. So you can do a lot of that with your balsamic vinegar, do vinaigrettes that way, really add the flavor to it. Let me see, what else do I want to say about that? So you can add it to your salad dressings, your chicken salad, use the black pepper oil instead of black pepper, potato salad, pasta salad, or any variation. Essential oils enhance the natural flavors of your salad ingredients and will actually provide a really unique boost of flavor to just a plain recipe. So this is the strawberry almond salad. It's really yummy. I've actually had this with a raspberry lime vinaigrette. Again, you're going to use the lime oil. And I tend to use the more drops to it, so 4 drops versus the 2. And then you want to chill it for 30 minutes, toss it, and then add the raspberry vinaigrette. So definitely is super yummy. If you are a salad fan, you'll definitely want to try it. All right. So then we also have Italian seasoning blends. So you can often substitute drier ingredients for using the oils, or the oils for the dry ingredients, to do rubs, if you have any rubs, or if you just ran out of the thing. They're great in adding extra flavor. It really is perfect for Italian dishes. You can also add essential oil flavored sugar recipes to your teas, coffees, oatmeals, lemonade, or just a flash of flavor. So it gives you some options of doing it. I do want to show you how easy it is, because I make Italian dishes all the time. How to make this Italian seasoning blend. And so I do want to bring that up, and we'll screen share it. We'll show you how to make it, how easy it is. And then you could just put it in an airtight container and you're good to go. So this recipe does call, and I used the wrong bowl. This was supposed to be the bread because it's all fancy. And the other one, it was supposed to be for my Italian seasoning because it has a lid on it so I can keep it nice and fresh. But I will get another one of those out later. So let's just make this really, really quick before we close up. I'm gonna move it down here so you guys can see the recipe being made. All right, so you're gonna put, it says 2 tablespoons of garlic salt. And I don't know, some people have a love-hate relationship with garlic. Some people really like it, some people don't. I actually like it. I like the smell of it, but not too much. Otherwise, it's really bad. All right, so then we're gonna add oils of, you can choose basil, thyme, oregano, or rosemary. I'm gonna pause real quick, guys. My real life, my dog needs to go outside. All right, so we're gonna add, because this is an Italian seasoning blend, what I normally add to my recipes, basil, thyme, and oregano. So I'm gonna grab those 3 oils. Basil, thyme. I already have oregano out here. So we're gonna go ahead and do the toothpick, because again, many of these oils were listed on really strong oils. So that was the thyme. And of course my dog is barking naturally, right? All right, and we have basil. Actually add this a lot to my spaghettis and lasagnas. All right, and then we have, of course, our oregano. That in there real nice and good. And then I can stir this all up. Okay, and then I can store this in an airtight container and then use the amount that I need in that particular recipe. Oh, and this smells so amazing. You guys are really missing out by being online and not here personally, because this would be great to share with you. So then I could do this as a rub if I wanted to on meats or vegetables, or I can use this in my cooking with my spaghettis and my lasagnas and stuff like that. So I'm gonna put us back to the screen share, because I think I have 1 or 2 more slides left. All right. So I hope you really enjoyed this. So what I mentioned before, there is a comprehensive look of what we talked about today. There's an ebook that's available from doTERRA. It's called Cooking with Essential Oils. You can find that right off doTERRA.com. But if you're in this class, just let me know by commenting below what you're excited to try in your next recipe, and I'll make sure that you get it sent to you and your email or your Facebook as well. So I guess I didn't have a whole lot, but I do want to share some recipes and where you can find some more recipes. So I use a lot of recipes on this Modern Essentials and Living book, and there's recipes for food, recipes. This was a chicken coconut curry, you know, there's lots of peppermint patties, lots of different recipes in here. So this one gives you some ideas of how you can utilize that. There's also books like The Essential Life, that they have whole sections that are dedicated to recipes. So this one is, there's salads. This is a warm roasted butternut squash salad. There's sauces and seasonings. There's a whole dessert area, I think there was. Smoothies, a whole bunch of smoothie recipes, all that inside this book. So sometimes your resource for using essential oils also has recipes for cooking. doTERRA's blog is amazing with cooking recipes, so you can go to my website, which is mydoterra.com/living better, and there is lots of recipes available there, as well as in the doTERRA blog that they have. And then they also have a magazine that comes out every 3 months that you can get online, or you can add this to your loyalty rewards order, where they actually have recipes in there. They have a chef on staff at doTERRA, and they come up with a lot of recipes, as well as some wellness advocates will send in recipes on what's worked really good. This is the power of orange oil. So these are all recipes that include and use wild orange. Isn't that fun? So there's lots of places where you can find recipes, but really be safe when you're using it. You know, you don't want to get too much, because then you have to throw it out if it's got too much in it. So, you know, use the toothpick method, use the spoon, drop the oils on the spoon and then stir it up. But have fun with it. It really does enhance the flavor, and you get a lot of the internal benefits from using essential oils. Now, if you are new to essential oils and you do not have a doTERRA account, that is actually the best way to get the highest quality, the purest oils for the lowest price. And so I'd get with the wellness advocate that invited to you here and message them and let them know that you're ready to order, and they'll walk you through the ordering process. Again, my name is Caroline Lee. I love what I do. I'm so excited that you were able to come and come into my home and learn more about another way to use essential oils. You can follow me on YouTube. I do have a website, Caroline Lee doTERRA Diamond, where you can find classes that are posted almost weekly about how to use essential oils, and occasionally you'll find other videos that talk about the business. So if you're ever interested in doing doTERRA just like John and I, there is an option to that, and we do a lot of trainings there. But I just wanted to tell you guys, have a wonderful evening, a wonderful day, and thank you so much for joining me, and happy oiling.